So Conor McGregor outlines plan to become president of Ireland. It's amazing.
Conor McGregor, the former UFC champion with a larger-than-life persona, is now setting his sights on a new title, President of Ireland. His announcement has caused quite a stir in the political arena, leaving many wondering if he's serious or just pulling a fast one. But if he's truly committed to this new venture, McGregor will have to navigate through a maze of obstacles to even make it onto the ballot. And if by some miracle he does end up on the presidential ticket, could he really hold his own against seasoned politicians like Jerry Adams, Bertie Ahern, and Enda Kenny? Who knows, maybe McGregor will surprise us all. In today's video, we'll explore the possibility of Conor McGregor really becoming the president of Ireland. Conor McGregor, the notorious UFC fighter, has been making headlines not just for his big comeback in the ring, but also for his unexpected venture into Irish politics. Some might say that his sudden interest in politics is ripe for debate and controversy. With McGregor's larger-than-life persona and outspoken nature, his recent social media posts have ignited fiery discussions, leading many to question whether his political aspirations are genuine or simply a flashy distraction. Despite his newfound political awakening in 2023, he has openly toyed with the idea of running for president and has urged the Irish public to join him in his political pursuits. But before we delve into the details of McGregor's political aspirations, let's take a step back and do a little background check. Conor McGregor, the Irish powerhouse, is no stranger to the spotlight. As a professional mixed martial artist and boxer, he has left an indelible mark on the world of combat sports, with a string of accolades under his belt, including being the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion. McGregor made history by becoming the first UFC fighter to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously. However, McGregor's last UFC bout in 2021 took a turn for the worse when he suffered significant injuries in a loss to Dustin Poirier. But being the resilient character that he is, McGregor didn't let this setback dampen his spirits. Instead, he shifted his focus to other ventures, such as expanding his Proper 12 whiskey brand and making his silver screen debut in an Amazon remake of Roadhouse alongside none other than Jake Gyllenhaal. So, what prompted McGregor to make this sudden leap into the political arena? It appears that McGregor's decision to throw his hat into the presidential ring was influenced by a mix of personal ambition and a response to current events. The former UFC champion made headlines when he expressed his potential route to the presidency following a series of social media posts around the Dublin riots in late November. In these posts, McGregor didn't hold back as he criticized presidential candidates and the Irish government for their failed policies in protecting and securing the country's citizens. This outspoken stance garnered attention and aligned him with a wave of recent backlash from Ireland's right wing. However, McGregor's bold statements didn't come without consequences. He reportedly caught the eye of Irish police, who are now investigating his social media posts around the Dublin riots. Despite this, McGregor remains undeterred and has expressed confidence in his ability to take up a position of power in his home country. While all this was happening, McGregor took to social media to declare, "Ireland, we are at war," the night before the riots. His fiery rhetoric continued as he stoked tensions by asserting that "we are not backing down, we are only warming up. We are not losing any more of our women and children to sick and twisted people who should not even be in Ireland in the first place." In a separate post, McGregor ominously added, "You reap what you sow." It's safe to say that his words didn't go unnoticed, sparking both support and criticism from the public. Despite his inflammatory remarks, McGregor made it clear that he did not condone the riots. Instead, he hinted at a possible pivot to politics, leaving many wondering if this was a strategic move or simply a product of the heat of the moment. In a surprising turn of events, far-right figure Paul Golding urged McGregor to lead a freedom march in Dublin. McGregor responded by asserting that he is in the process of arranging and emphasized his tactical approach and backing. He confidently said, "There will be change in Ireland, mark my words, the change needed." McGregor laid out his thoughts on potential competition in the presidential race, contrasting himself, a 35-year-old with a fresh perspective and no ties to established political parties, with candidates in their 70s and 80s who he perceived as being entrenched in party politics. He emphasized his willingness to listen, support, and adapt, while also highlighting his lack of affiliation, bias, or favoritism towards any party. His message was clear. He represented a fresh perspective and a break from traditional politics. McGregor made it clear that if he were to become president, it wouldn't just be him in power, but the people of Ireland as well. It would not be me in power as president, people of Ireland, it would be me and you. Surprisingly, tech mogul Elon Musk responded to McGregor's tweet, expressing his support for the fighter's potential presidential bid. Musk even went as far as to suggest that McGregor could single-handedly take on all the challenges that come with being president, adding a touch of humor to the conversation. So what does McGregor plan to do if he eventually becomes the president? McGregor has not shied away from addressing key issues, particularly immigration, in his would-be policies. He has highlighted the need for stronger national security in Ireland and has called for the deportation of illegal migrants. McGregor has proposed the formation of a task force founded to assess all entrants into Ireland, which he would name Ireland Protect. In discussing the process of running for president in Ireland, McGregor emphasized the need for transparency and consultation with the public. He criticized the current political landscape, stating, "False promises come around the time of election, and then it is literally straight ignorance into the face thereafter. It's disgusting." The outspoken fighter also took aim at the allocation of the nation's funds, describing it as nothing short of criminal and lacking consideration for the public's input. McGregor expressed his desire to be a voice for the people and to ensure that their concerns are heard and addressed. Also, Elon Musk has thrown his support behind former UFC champion Conor McGregor's call to vote no in Ireland's upcoming referendums on care and the definition of family. The billionaire entrepreneur, known for his bold and unconventional views, has once again made headlines by aligning himself with McGregor's stance on the contentious issues. But what's this upcoming referendum about? The upcoming referendum has sparked heated debates and divided opinions among Irish citizens. While some politicians have argued in favor of the proposed constitutional amendments, McGregor has taken a defiant stance, urging his 10.4 million social media followers to vote no in response to the proposed changes. And why exactly? The thing is, McGregor's key issue with the referendum is the proposed deletion of Article 41, 2(1) and 41, 2(2) of the Constitution. This means that one of the referendums aims to delete certain articles in the Constitution that define a woman's role and duties in the home and replace them with a new article that acknowledges family carers. The other referendum seeks to expand the definition of family beyond traditional marriage to include relationships based on durability. McGregor's vocal opposition to the referendum has drawn both support and criticism. While some view him as a patriotic figure standing up for his beliefs, others have expressed concerns about the potential impact of his rhetoric on constructive discussions surrounding the proposed changes. Some are even saying that maybe, just maybe, all he's doing is just an act and he really doesn't care as much as he shows. But hold on a minute, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Sure, McGregor might be known for his flashy lifestyle and larger-than-life persona, but it seems like there's more to the man than meets the eye. Apparently, he's been doing more than just grumbling about the issues in Ireland on social media. In fact, he's been putting his money where his mouth is, quite literally. It turns out that McGregor has been actively involved in various charitable causes, providing financial aid and assistance to those in need. Take, for example, his efforts in addressing the housing crisis in Ireland. The man has been instrumental in building over 1,000 houses for homeless people. That's no small feat, especially during a housing crisis. In one of his social media posts, McGregor proudly announced all of which for social housing. Despite some reports, I recently completed a 21-home housing estate that got families in and housed just before Christmas. The run I am on with this, I am going to keep going. More sites, more work, more families housed. Do your part. Put your money where your mouth is. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Now, whether you love him or loathe him, you've got to admit that's pretty impressive. So, what do you make of this side of McGregor? Is he really a philanthropist at heart, or is there more to the story? Let us know what you think in the comment section. On the flip side, there are those who remain skeptical. Some people just can't seem to shake off their doubts about McGregor's charitable efforts. They question his motives and wonder if there's more to the story. After all, McGregor is no stranger to controversy, and his larger-than-life personality often leaves people wondering what his true intentions are. And they might have a point. McGregor isn't exactly a stranger to the spotlight, and he's been known to ruffle a few feathers in the past. His controversial behavior makes it hard to imagine him being taken seriously in the world of politics. From bus attacks to pub brawls, the man has definitely made some questionable choices. And let's not forget the allegations of sexual assault and indecent exposure. Not exactly the kind of stuff you want on your resume, but stranger things have happened, right? For instance, just look at the whole Donald Trump situation across the pond. Who would have thought? But here's the thing. Regardless of all these accusations, McGregor has been vocal about another thing, the Irish immigration. In fact, he's gone as far as to tap into anti-immigrant sentiments and appeal to a certain subset of Irish conservatives and even the far-right community worldwide. It's a move that has raised more than a few eyebrows and drawn support from some rather unexpected quarters. McGregor's comments have garnered praise from the likes of anti-LGBTQ+ activists, white supremacists, and even conspiracy theorists. It's a curious turn of events that has left many scratching their heads and wondering just what McGregor's endgame might be. But Conor McGregor wouldn't be the first UFC fighter to make the leap into the world of right-wing activism and politics. In 2020, Tito Ortiz, a former UFC champion and QAnon adherent, managed to snag a seat on the Huntington Beach City Council in California. He even became the mayor pro tem, although it was mostly a ceremonial role. However, Ortiz's stint in politics was short-lived, as he resigned less than a year later amidst a string of controversies. Then there is former UFC lightweight champion BJ Penn, who decided to try his luck in Hawaii's political arena by launching a campaign to win the Republican nomination for governor. Unfortunately for Penn, he suffered a significant defeat and refused to accept it, despite the Hawaii Supreme Court dismissing his election complaint. It's not just about running for office, though. Many UFC fighters have shown their support for right-wing populist leaders such as Trump and former Brazilian leader Jair Bolsonaro. And then there are those who have thrown their weight behind Russian President Vladimir Putin, including legendary heavyweight Fedor Emelianenko. And now there's a real possibility that McGregor could emerge as a prominent president, or maybe not. Only time will tell.